Well, I don't normally do tool reviews, and this isn't really a proper review as such, but I recently picked up a few new tools for the workshop, which I thought were useful and interesting and relatively inexpensive, and I thought maybe you guys out there might like to have a quick look at them and you know, see what you think. We got a couple of items from Banggood. We got one from Amazon and one from eBay, and let's have a look at them in detail. Okay, this is the first item from Banggood. Now, this is listed on their website as a Drillpro 12.5 centimeter creative flexible circle drawing tool, which is a bit of a mouthful, but as you can see, it just says plotting compass on the actual item. And basically, it's simply a metal iris, which goes from approximately 10 millimeters to about 77 millimeters, and is ideally used for drawing circles. So I'll put it flat down on the bench and we'll have a look at it in operation, because it's easier to actually use when it's on a surface. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see it, but there's a tiny little white line mark on the edge of the non-movable part of the plotting compass here. And then basically you just wind that round, line up the number on the moving part of the compass to the little line on the edge there, and to see that should give you a 40 millimeter hole in the iris, and then obviously you can wind it right up to fully open, which is 77. Now I've measured this with a digital caliper and it's pretty accurate. It's I would say probably within I don't know, 0.5 of millimeter, something like that. So it's not supremely accurate, but if you just want to draw a hole on a circle on something, you know, it's excellent for that purpose. You know, and it's a little bit tricky to operate. These indentations, which are obviously designed for your fingers or your nails or whatever to move the disc, are quite difficult. They're very shallow, so it's quite difficult to actually move it. But no, it is. I just thought it was fascinating bit of kit, and hopefully I will find a use for it. But yeah, so there you go. That's the Drillpro 12.5 centimeter flexible circle drawing tool is what they called it. Yeah, basically just a metal iris, which I thought was quite a useful tool, and actually just an object of interest, if nothing else. I'll put links in the description to where you can get these from. When I bought this, it was £15.79p, which is not an awful lot of money at all, but I suppose also you could use it as a if you wanted to quickly check the diameter around stock and you didn't have your caliper to hand, stick it in that. It'll give you a rough idea of what your round stock is. But anyway, there you go. So that's that. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this was also from Banggood, and is also a Drillpro item. This is the CX300-2 adjustable 45-90 degree metric and inch line scribe ruler. They did have come up with some amazing descriptions for these, but basically it's just a block with a steel rule, which is held in place by a magnet. There's a little magnet in there, you can see that. Bring it a little bit closer, and it has a sort of precision machined. Let's get a camera gear. Precision machined 45 and 45 on this side, 60 on this side angles. And the idea is it's a very quick way of being able to draw those angles. So I'll demonstrate. Put your ruler in there like that, clamp it up so it's tight. Let's have a bit of sacrificial wood. Yeah, so obviously it's just a simple, quick way of being able to draw 60 and 45 degree lines across a piece of work. So I can take this piece of wood here. That's got it on the 60. Then you turn it around that way, and that's your 45. I think that's pretty useful. Again, not an expensive tool. I can probably see those lines now quite clearly. Let's get a real piece of wood. Right, this was, when I bought it, £10.26p. So yeah, I mean, obviously, just like a combination square, you can slide the ruler up and down and adjust it to length. But yeah, I thought that could be quite useful. And again, as I said, not an expensive tool at all. Okay, next up we have a Klein Tools number 2 Phillips screwdriver. I must confess I don't have any Klein tools apart from this one, but I saw this and I thought, yeah, that's a damn good idea. And the idea behind this is that it will hold the screw for you onto the head of the screwdriver. Now, when I'm knocking up boxes and covers, I tend to use an awful lot of these. You've probably all seen these turbo drive screws, and they're great when you're knocking up quick projects, really good. But quite often when you're trying to get into fiddly places, it's quite nice if you could actually have a screwdriver that holds the screws. Now, I'll bring the end of this thing in. As you can see, there is this plastic sleeve with this shaped end. And basically it's sprung. So there's a spring attached to this. And you can push it down. And that allows you to put the screw into this little slot that's at the end, on the end of the screwdriver. And then the pressure of the spring will hold the tip of the screwdriver into the head of the screw. So let's demonstrate that. Now it won't work on the smaller screws in this selection, but obviously because you need a smaller one. But basically this is the principle of the thing. Push the sleeve over, locate the screw on the head of the screwdriver, and it holds the screw very well indeed. Very firmly as well. I've used this several times now, and it's very, very, very useful. I don't know why I didn't get one of these a long time ago. Let's close in on that so you can see what's going on. There you go. And then to release the screw, you simply push the sleeve away from the screwdriver, and the screw will come out. As I say, very simple but very effective screwdriver for holding screws. Phillips, obviously. I believe they do these in different sizes. This is Klein Tools number, where are we? Oh yes, 32216. It's on the end of the handle there. And I got this one from Amazon, and it cost £11.95 when I bought it. So again, it's, you know, not an expensive tool. I'll put the link in the description, as I will for all of these. Okay, and last but not least, this is a Pika Dry Pen deep hole marker pencil. These are available from all over the place, but I got that particular one off eBay and it was £10.50. Now, if you've watched Mr. Pete's videos, and I thoroughly advocate that you do, then you'll have seen him using these a lot. Now, the first time I saw him use one of these in his video, I immediately worked out what it was and bought myself a set. They come in 3 different colours, and you can buy them singularly or as a set. These are Pica deep hole markers, and I'll take the thing out of its sleeve so you can see. It's basically, you know, a marker pen, but with a long, thin point on it, so you can get into holes, and that's the whole point of it. They're very good, and they're very fine tip as well. They work superbly, and I can't recommend these highly enough. But then I noticed that Pica also did a pencil in the same series, and we'll pull this out so you can have a look at it. Yeah, so there it is. And basically, it's a propelling pencil. So you've got a button on the top, and you can push the pencil out. You can get replacement leads for these as well. Another nice touch is in the cap. As you can see, there is a little pencil sharpener, right? So you can stick the You can stick the end of the pencil and sharpen it up in the cap, which I thought was excellent. They do what they say. They feel like they're well made. I mean, I suppose you could call it's a bit expensive, £10 for a pencil. I think the pens are a similar sort of price, but I thoroughly recommend them. They're excellent bits of kit. Okay, that's it. Quick roundup of a few new tools that I bought. As I say, there'll be links in the description if you're interested. Hope you found this useful, and thanks very much for watching. Cheers.